Hi, my name is Joana. I live in London and I fully support Jeremy Corbyn as the next Prime Minister of this country. I think on June 8th we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to change the fate of this country, change the government, and make ours the kind of society that we want to live in, we want to take part in, and really much better for everyone, certainly for the many, not just for the few. There are a series of reasons why I support Jeremy, but there's three that lie really close to my heart, so I'm going to try and list them very quickly. The first of them is the fact that Jeremy really wants to tackle and end the housing crisis in this country. Most people my age will tell you that the idea of buying a home is absolutely unthinkable, and that even renting privately is becoming very, very difficult for many because rents are becoming so expensive, particularly in the bigger cities. And Jeremy is proposing to build 1 million new homes, of which half of those would be built within council housing, which means that 500,000 families, those that need it the most and need it immediately, would get homes that are affordable and there. So that's great. And for those who privately rent, like myself, Jeremy is proposing rent controls and secure tenancies, which again, particularly in big cities like London, are really important because landlords at this moment can really crank up rents at any point for no other reason than profit. So for that, even just for that alone, I already support Jeremy. It's great. The second reason I really like what Jeremy is proposing, and I cannot see any other leader really putting forward, is the fact that Jeremy wants to create job security in this country. Again, something that's really close to younger people's hearts and certainly to a lot of women, because the majority of precarious and low-wage jobs in this country are performed by women. And I happen to be one. So again, I think that's really important. Jeremy is proposing scrapping 0 hours contracts, which I think is great because they're really exploitative, and increasing the minimum wage, currently called the national living wage, to £10 an hour by 2020. So that is awesome. And third, but certainly not least, and I think this is something that's really important to me because I've seen it happen, Jeremy wants to scrap tuition fees for higher education. Now, when I started studying here, fees for university were around £3,000 a year. In the course of my studies, they trebled, and they went into 9,000, which is insane because it means that Britain, certainly England, is one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive, industrialized country in the world to go to university in. So I think that's outrageous given the level of wealth that we have in this country, but also because tuition fees have created this sort of competitive mentality inside higher education, which I think is detrimental and has jeopardized the quality. It certainly hasn't encouraged critical thinking, which I think is vital to anyone who goes into education, into the educational system. But importantly, it has deterred several people from not as well off backgrounds from going into higher education and having access to higher skilled jobs. And I think that's an absolute travesty. So for those three reasons, tackling the housing crises, creating secure jobs and lifting the minimum wage, and for scrapping tuition fees, I think Jeremy is the best option for Prime Minister come June 8th. And I really hope that you vote for him too.